Welcome to the first episode of the Pokemon United in Division series. This is Season 1 of Candonian History. Nothingness. Endless Void. 4.5 billion years ago, in a place full of nothingness, at the same time was somewhere. This thing was everywhere, in the nothingness. It had the thought to create an everlasting universe. And so it did. Bursting with unimaginable power, a supreme entity known as the Supreme Creator was born. It created the universe with its mystical abilities, the fabric of space-time. But the Supreme Creator knew that there was still a problem. The void remained in its presence. Intrigued to eliminate that void, the Supreme Creator split into three powerful entities, leaving its remains as a shell. One gave birth to light in the universe, while the second, darkness, and the third expanded the universe. However, it was shrinking at the same time. Due to the Supreme Creator splitting, an unknown force was triggered, and two all-powerful forces were born, known as All Life and All Afterlife. You could not see them or hear them, but you could feel them inside of your soul. The universal expansion formed nebulas, which would soon form planets, and this is the formation of Solgaleo, one of Cosmog's final evolutions. Some had the energy to create planets, which would be the formation of Lunala, another one of Cosmog's final evolutions, and the great planet Poke-Earth. Dimensions that would connect the specific parts of the Supreme Creator's universe were also formed. And lastly, black holes. Stars that were bigger than the sun, that unfortunately fell and shrouded in the Vantablack Pokemon's hands of darkness. Poke-Earth's stabilization. Poke-Earth was unstabilized as threats such as Ultra Solgaleo cloaked in flames would melt the planet. So they were called the Elemental Mysteries, beings who formed the 18 Pokemon elements. Each one of them benefited the life of Poke-Earth, while others rested, waiting for their time to shine. The Elemental Water Mystery formed Primal Kyogre, granting it the ability to create the vast ocean surrounding Poke-Earth. However, at the same time, another entity was formed, known as Primal Gyarados, who formed Poke-Earth's crust along with land. Around the planet, a blanket for Poke-Earth was formed, known as the ozone layer, all thanks to the help of Mega Rayquaza, who was created by the Great Elemental Draconic Mystery. All life and afterlife, unfortunately, could not reside on this beautiful planet, as the abilities were too powerful for Earth to handle. So, they reincarnated the abilities into Xerneas, the giver of life, and Yveltal, the doombringer of death. Despite Yveltal mainly residing outside of the afterlife, it could watch over both at the same time. However, something was bothering one of these elemental mysteries. With the roaming of these legendary Pokemon, something needed to be inputted to protect the ecosystem from their insane abilities. So, with the last of its power, the elemental terrain mystery formed Zygarde cells to watch over the ecosystem, anytime, at anywhere. If the ecosystem was heavily affected by any of these deities, they would all come together, forming Zygarde Complete. New species of Pokemon were not capable of appearing, thanks to the stabilization of Earth. The prehistoric era begins. Prehistoric Pokemon first appeared 300 million years ago, however some appeared hundreds of million years later. Archeops, an ancestor of the most bird Pokemon, was the king of the birds in its time. It had an alliance with another prehistoric bird, however a deadly rival with another. Argentis, another ancestor of most bird Pokemon as well, was the arch-rival of Archeops, due to his betrayal in a tree that was formed by the king of birds several years prior. Lastly, the proclaimed king of the skies, Aerodactyl. He was a fierce hunter who mainly resided in the sky, however came to land if needed. It formed an alliance with Archeops, however had no affiliation with Argentis. Down on the ground, there were two Pokemon who merely showed the way to stay away from the other. The Boreas breather, Aurorus, resided in the Arctic as it and its young were hunted by the vicious king Tyrantrum. Aurorus is the ancestor to 5 Ice-type Pokemon. In a land filled with dragons and other mythical creatures, only one Pokemon ruled over them, that being Tyrantrum. Enter T-Rex, a royal but vicious Pokemon that was unbeatable in its timeline. It is the ancestor to a majority of dragon-type Pokemon that roam freely today. In the Great Ocean lie 3 ancestral Pokemon. The first one is Monstrago, a rival to many mythical creatures who wanted dominance over the sea. While males fought, females gave birth to new species of aqualife, known as fish and amphibian Pokemon. The second one was a shell-smashing terra turtle, Caracosta. While it was slow on land, it was deadly in the water. It mainly fed on other ancestral prehistoric Pokemon who had very sharp edges and a very sharp shell. Caracosta is the ancestor to all turtle Pokemon. Lastly was the great healing Helix. Omastar's giant shell was a problem for escaping predators such as Caracosta. However, it had a great protection in hibernation. It is the ancestor of all cephalopod Pokemon. A speck in the ocean was formed. It was the birth of a new elemental mystery. It exploded, giving birth to other ancestral Pokemon. The remains of this Pokemon are what you see now. Although it resides on land, it still has aquatic origins, which lies in its ultranization form. Hydlet, the ancestor of all bug-type Pokemon, is one of the 18 elemental mysteries to reside on Poke-Earth physically. The Pokemon that was born from this explosion, known as Armaldo. Despite being the offspring of Hydlet, Armaldo only had a few descendants in its family tree. Its brother, Galatula, was the ancestor to a variety of beetle, caterpillar, and centipede Pokemon. Next time on Pokemon United Division, Candonian and Legends History, the Great Multiversal Collision, a collision of 2 universes that were never supposed to meet. Thank you for watching the first episode of Pokemon United Division, Candos and Legends History. It took us a very long time to make this, and the wait is over, and we hoped you enjoyed this episode. Be sure to join us next time for what you see on the screen, and it will be a very good time. We hope you have a good day. From all of Fanmon, do not let anybody stop you on what you want to create. Thank you.